So Kevin Tracker's sister just uncovered his skeleton in the closets, and young lady that she is pipe damn hot. These mysteries are crazy, and it appears as though Wendy couldn't be more joyful now that we as a whole know reality. Wendy Williams and her ex didn't precisely have an extraordinary marriage, and I mean their marriage was still way better compared to the Will and Jada marriage. However, at that point again, Will and Jada's marriage essentially set the bar so low that it's underground, despite the fact that their marriage was not quite as chaotic as Will Jada's. They actually have too much show continuing, and a large portion of the dramatization was brought about by Kevin's unfaithfulness. So for a fast summary for the people who don't have a clue about the full story, Wendy and Kevin got hitched in 1999 and they had their sole kid in 2000. However, at that point tales began circumventing that Kevin was doing the filthy with different ladies, yet Wendy herself denied the bits of gossip. Then the reports got pretty unambiguous. Reason in 2007 individuals began discussing Kevin and a lady named Sharina. Then reality at long last emerged, and we figured out that Kevin had purchased Sharina a house worth around $765,000, and the letter drop had the two his and Sharina's name on it. So disliked the news was phony. The house was likewise just 9 miles from the house he resided in with Wendy, so that was extra ill-bred to him. It deteriorates in light of the fact that the cash that he was spending on Sharina was generally Wendy's cash, in light of the fact that at the time he didn't precisely have large chunk of change all alone. So in addition to the fact that he was undermining Wendy, he was utilizing her cash to keep up with his side piece, and the main explanation he didn't leave Wendy was on the grounds that he and Sharina required Wendy's cash to keep up with their extravagant ways of life. For reasons unknown, Wendy knew about Kevin and Sharina, yet as per sources she decided to overlook what is happening. The source guaranteed that she had a concurrence with Kevin that he could play however much he needed, given that he didn't get anybody pregnant. Well, Kevin before long broke that understanding since he got Sharina pregnant in 2019. Wendy was devastated and she petitioned for legal separation from him. I actually find it sort of odd that she was good with Kevin being with Sharina for a very long time. At the time, I imply that is as of now an out-and-out relationship, and in addition to a hurl. As a matter of fact, Sharina was presumably his second spouse by then, since she didn't precisely attempt to conceal their relationship. However, anywho, Kevin proposed to Sharina in 2021 with the ring worth around $80,000, and they presently have a 2-year-old girl. Things have hushed up on that end for some time. However, Kevin's sister Kim Blind, or Kim Bling Tracker, as of late did a meeting where she uncovered a few realities about Kevin that are really so surprising. Obviously, she additionally uncovered a few things about him and Sharina, and well, the chaotic circumstance just got much more peculiar. Yet before we get into the entire Sharina talk, we should discuss Kevin's relationship with his kin. Now, Kevin is a rich man. I mean, he clearly isn't Wendy's sort of rich, yet he has cash of his sufficiently owned cash for himself and Sharina, yet I'll get to that later. As per Kim, Kevin doesn't burn through cash on anyone in the family, and he changed when he got cash. Do you feel like cash changed Kevin? It turned him just until someone don't realize. I know you got him an evil spirit. See, do you feel like cash totally transformed him? Gracious, most certainly. And is he dealing with your mom by any means monetarily right now? Better believe it, to the extent that with her being in the home and everything. Is he dealing with anything? Oh well, I just had the paw on my excursion to send her 300 and close. Now, before any of you all come at me, cause I know you all prefer to tussle in the remarks about how he doesn't owe his family any cash, how they are not qualified for his cash and everything, let me let you know that his mom has early dementia and it is quickly deteriorating, and specialists believe that it might advance to full dementia. Do you have any idea about how frantic his sister probably been for her to pawn her gems for 300? In the meantime, Kevin is over here purchasing gems for Sharina and getting her easy street. Yet additionally, despite the fact that he isn't precisely on the best of conditions with his family, they are friendly, and as per Kim, he calls her whenever something major happens to him. So dislike he cut them off totally or anything. This implies that he realizes that his mom is wiped out and his sister is battling to pay for her consideration, yet supposedly he simply don't mind. I mean, it's his cash and he can do anything that he prefers with it. Yakety yak. However, I'm trying to say it's his mom, so with everything that being expressed, it truly isn't an unexpected that Kim conceded that she isn't precisely her sibling's most die-hard follower, and no, she got straight to the point when she made her assessment of him, yet even at that she will work with him to get their mom better consideration. I'ma tell the truth with you, I can't I loathed and disdain Kevin Levon Tracker, yet I would set my feelings to the side for my mom. Definitely he wants to do a similar. Now from this I can perceive that she truly cherishes her mom, yet presently we should continue on toward the grandness that she spilled about Wendy and Kevin's marriage. And young lady, when I let you know my draw was on the floor, she got the ball rolling by discussing how she and Wendy had a decent relationship, yet Kevin didn't need that. So you and Wendy had a decent relationship to the extent that sister parents-in-law better believe it, and he would attempt to in the middle between that, and I could have done without it at first. That is somewhat seemed okay in light of the fact that Kevin could do without his kin, so I can comprehend the reason why he wouldn't need blustery becoming best pals. with his sister some way or another. However, the story even deteriorates. She discusses how Kevin used to disregard Wendy even out in the open and how it truly hurt Wendy cause I heard that Kevin would talk only sparklingly to when the things didn't go how they would have preferred. Wendy poses the inquiry is her profession. He just went and I'm your chief and I'm saying you're smashed, you know. Enjoy this tipsy reprieve. Sincerely, I find it very wiped out that he utilized her liquor battles against her. It was the very most reduced of lows, yet assuming you feel that that is terrible, well, it's going to deteriorate in light of the fact that Kim likewise uncovered that we didn't have anything to do with her own vocation and Wendy wasn't plastered, she wasn't tanked. You realize that she don't have nothing to do with her profession. You all with this truckload of going on, it's crazy to believe that he was undermining Wendy. Kim conceded that both Kevin and her siblings were womanizers. You know, both of my siblings have been womanized, yet this sort of makes me keep thinking about whether Kevin may be undermining Sharina too. I mean, it's not precisely an insane thought, and like the colloquialism goes, you lose them how you get them. Yet Kim additionally dropped the bomb about how Kevin and Sharina initially met. They returned to Columbia, South Carolina, and that is when Charlemagne acquainted Sharina with Kevin, and when I initially met Sharina he was attempting. Sharina was residing on her vehicle. Yet you all, this is where things like much more out of control on the grounds that Kim sort of suggested that Kevin's whole family knew about Sharina from the get-go. Like I said before, Kevin's relationship with Sharina was far in excess of an excursion, since he pretty much distraught and as of now hitched her before it was even lawful. Likewise, did you all catch the way Kim Loki tossed conceal at Sharina and, in a roundabout way, called her brother? Similar to the little triviality of it, she additionally uncovered how Charlemagne had basically aided and abetted Kevin with undermining Wendy. She would simply have the option to come up to the condo around evening time on the grounds that Kevin was concealing her, and Charlemagne had played a major impact of that. Charlemagne had a room if truly chose to spring up there. I surmise Charlemagne would be the one that said, "Goodness, she's my young lady." Obviously this was all before Charlemagne and Kevin began beefing, so they were still companions in those days. Now I have hardly any familiarity with brother cause I'm not eyebrow, but rather I don't feel that Charlemagne made the best choice here, particularly on the grounds that he and Wendy were additionally companions and they had even cooperated a great deal of times. This was simply top-level bizarre way of behaving. Sharina and Kevin are presently transparently together in some way or another. They have figured out how to stay together for quite a long time. I won't lie, that is somewhat great in light of the fact that their relationship began obscure and was as yet obscure until 2019 when Wendy petitioned for legal separation. Yet the thing is, I'm almost certain that on the off chance that Wendy had not recorded, Kevin would have remained in the marriage and kept on spending Winnie's cash on Sharina. Kim likewise left the counterparts for Sharina, and truly I feel that she was spitting realities and only realities. As Sharina take a gander at this and she feel that she's a preferable lady over Wendy, then you want to scrutinize the man that you lay with each night. You can't be that dumb. Perhaps you are that part. I intend, how likely is it that Sharina is the, as it were, lady that Kevin is presently seeing? I'm not saying that he's betraying her, but rather I'm not saying that he ain't. I'm simply spreading things out so you all can come up to your own decisions. Yet despite the fact that Kevin wasn't the very best spouse to Wendy, one thing that everybody can't deny is that he was something of a defender to Wendy. We could say a ton regarding him